What up, bitch? Better have my fatty or the rap queen. Go make a joke out of you, supposed to try to act me like you don't fit no really cracks, please. One of these nigga crack screen up here to eat the track feed you probably wondering what that mean.
My name's Zell for Recognize, not one but two Z's, and I got with me
Aphiniti
and Cleveland's Trump.
How y'all doing today?
Great. I can't complain.
How about you?
I'm doing excellent.
So, what made you start doing music?
I started doing music. Like, I mean, I could always rap. Like, ever since I was like 6 years old, I could always rap. That was never really an issue for me. Rapping was never a problem. I could always do it. What really made me put my foot on the gas was when I turned about 22, 23. Start realizing that it's not really too many people out here that can do what I can do. I'm like one of those rare diamonds, you know, the ones that you got to go to like Africa and get and cut it right, you know. But when I met my producer, Cleveland's Trump, we pretty much met, and it was just like everything just took off. Everything took off. It was probably the best chemistry I've ever had in the studio with anybody. And this is the first producer that's ever made me a beat from scratch. Like from scratch. I'm talking about literally no sounds, and we did it like he just everything I told him, he translated in sounds. You know, the way I was feeling, he translated with sounds. So that's when it started getting crazy. That was about 2 years ago.
So, how did you meet?
I met her at the Villa. It was a Sunday dinner cipher, and I seen her up there freestyling, and I was like, I already know what's about to happen from this point on. I just gave her my card and just followed up with her, kept following up with her, and we made it happen ever since then, you know. So that's like the brief explanation of it, of how we met. But it was a Sunday dinner cipher. She was in a cipher. I was just there spectating, and ran across a gym.
Wow, man, that's pretty good, man, because that's one thing. You never know that person who actually going to take you to the next level. They can be anywhere, grocery store, anywhere, and it's just like you always got to be prepared for anything because you just never know. So, like, what was the first song y'all actually came up together with?
You're the first person that's ever asked us that question. Me and Trump, we were in the studio one day. This was actually the first session that we ever had. It was probably the first session. And I walked in there, and we met, and we had a conversation. It was pretty much either A, we could be friends, and we could do it like we could build a friendship and a relationship like that, or B, it could be all business. And, you know, you buy a beat, and I make a beat for you. We'll go from there. So I'm like, all right, well, look, let's do the friend thing because your ticket is a little steep on these beats. So let's go that way. And we end up, I just shared a couple things with him about my past and some of the things that haunt me. And we made a record called Let Her Be. This song is still yet to surface. It has not come out yet. Wow. It's real deep and it's real dark. And it was just, I never went that far with anybody on a musical level, and that song to me, it's just not ready. The people not ready for it yet. So when the time comes for you to get deeper into Aphiniti, that record will come out, but it's called Let Her Be.
So how do you and Aphiniti vibe together in the studio?
It's the vibe is crazy. The vibe is it's like it's out of this world. Like everything that we even when we're not in the studio, like I can come somewhere and we got on the same clothes. we can go somewhere, we thinking the same thing. Like when we come down to the studio, it all comes together there. Where, you know, I just ask her how she feeling, and I just make how she feel, and we usually on the same page about pretty much everything. So the vibe is crazy. The vibe is crazy.
Wow, man, that's the number one thing. You gotta have the vibe, because if you don't, it's just kind of weird. It's like, what should I say? And you think too much. And I realize when you think too much, sometimes it's not good to think too much. So Sway in the Morning, how was that experience? How was that?
Sway in the morning, like a lot of people don't know I was on Sway twice. Like a lot of people don't even know that. Like I was on Sway twice, and the first time that we were, the first time I met Sway was at South by Southwest when we were in Houston. I mean Austin. I'm sorry, we was in Austin. You saw that one?
Yeah. I did.
Okay. Me and Trump were, and JB was there with us, and my brother. We was all there. We were very, very, very aggressive trying to figure out how to get on this microphone. Trump just disappeared, and next thing I know, he was like, man, I'm going to get you on there tomorrow. And I'm like, still not trying to give up. So I saw Sway, and I was chopping it up with the security guard, and he finally let me through. And I went to Sway, and I'm like, look, I know the show's over right now, and I'm not going to be able to get on the mic. But tomorrow I'm going to be here, and I just really want you to let me touch the mic. Like, I'm not about to give you no music or say, listen to this. I just want you to see me live. And he was like, all right, we'll talk to... I'm like, we already talked to Kelly. Trump handled that, so we'll be back tomorrow. Came back the next day. Lit the mic up. They called us and said, come out to New York. So we came out to New York. Immediately after they hit us up, it was probably like 2 weeks I had to prepare. I wrote like 40 verses, and I didn't use one of them. I tried my best to spit something written, but I couldn't. I felt like it would defeat the purpose of us being there. You know, like I know that I'm a rapper and I'm supposed to have writtens locked and loaded, which I did. And Trump was like, man, write the hardest shit. Just write the hardest shit. And I'm writing the hardest shit. And I'm like, all right, I know this the one I want to use. But when the beat came on, the way Sway introduced me was, you know, hey, y'all got to look and see what this girl's about to do. So I was like, give him the gift, Nay. Just give him the gift. And I freestyled. I had to freestyle. It was nothing else that I couldn't see myself doing anything differently. The way it went was the way that it was supposed to go. I looked over at Trump. He gave me the nod. He was like, man, do what you do. And it happened. I felt like a jolt of electricity come through my body. And when that mic was in front of me, I know that it was almost like some water splashed on it. And it was like one of those, they got shocked. You know, it's like touching you know you're not supposed to touch that. They got shocked. Everybody in that room got shocked. I shocked myself. But I know what I could do. But, I mean, that's just what happened. That's what happened.
So how did that experience help you?
Oh, be ready. Always be ready. Always, always, always be ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That's pretty much what that taught me, is that you never know at what time somebody's going to ask for you to show out. Don't think about it. Like you said, sometimes when you think, you overthink it. And I can't get caught overthinking. I know my brain moves really, really fast. A lot of things that come, I take them and I store them. But I can't go in a grocery store and I got to go with a list. You know what I'm saying? I go in that motherfucker with a list, know what I need to get. And I know that Sway wanted me to freestyle. So I just went in there and I got ready to do what I had to do. Don't ever get caught up in like overthinking preparation. Know what your gift is. Exploit your gift. It's pretty much that simple. What's up, y'all? It's Aphiniti.
It's Cleveland's Trump.
And we right here with Recognize with not one, but two Z's.
Two Z's.
You already know, man. You know where to find us at. 0 to Aphiniti, ZERO, number 2, APHINITI.
Cleveland'sTrump.com. At Cleveland'sTrump. At 0toaffinity.com. Make sure y'all follow us because we on the move.
That's right. We love y'all.